Our next speaker is Natasha Aduloju-Ajijola. Natasha is from the Department of Health Sciences. The title of Natasha's talk is Sex, Stress, and Condoms.
So I'm looking at condom usage among African American students who attend predominantly white institutions and belong to Black Greek letter organizations. And condom usage is important because African Americans, especially in Alabama, are disproportionately affected by unplanned pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. I was talking with my dissertation chair because when I started in the program, I was just like, well, I know I want to study something with sex. And she was like, okay, why? I was like, I mean, why not? It's fascinating, especially because we don't talk about it. But then when you look at the statistics and you look at the CDC, and you're like, we really need to talk about it, but we're not. Like, why are we not talking about this? At first, I just looked on Google, like, okay, what's out there? And when Google has nothing, you know that there's a significant gap in the literature. I'm really hoping, whether I win or lose, that at least people will walk away knowing something a little bit more, and at least the conversation about what we're doing and why, it reaches the people that need to hear it. So. My friends always tell me, Natasha, my first memory of you is you sitting in the library talking about sex. You always knew that if you wanted to find me, I'd be on the second floor of the library in a group of young African American college students talking about sex. But why does that matter? Well, African Americans between the ages of 18 and 24, especially in Alabama, disproportionately suffer from sexually transmitted infections and unplanned pregnancies. My research seeks to understand why African American college students who belong to Black Greek letter organizations attending predominantly white institutions in Alabama choose to use or not use condoms during sex. Specifically, I'm looking at intentions and stress. Intentions are a measure of an individual's readiness to engage in a particular behavior. It's shaped by how they, their partner, and their communities feel about condoms. Stress can be a physical, emotional, or mental factor that causes tension. Specifically, I'm looking at the types of stress that minority students are more likely to be under while attending a predominantly white institution, like the stress of being a Black face in a white place. I'm focusing on condom use because other than abstinence, the best way to protect yourself against getting a sexually transmitted infection or having an unplanned pregnancy is to use a condom during all forms of sex. However, college students, especially those who belong to Greek letter organizations, report low levels of condom use. And research has shown that individuals with high stress levels, especially racism and discrimination-based stress, are less likely to use a condom during sex. But it is unknown both what the sexual behavior of my population is and how stress impacts it. My research seeks to address this gap. By surveying 200 African American college students at 11 predominantly white institutions across the state, my research seeks to understand the realities that these students face in order to create more comprehensive sexual health programs. These students are at an intersection of multiple risk factors for having a negative sexual health outcome. Research like this is vital to beginning the conversations. So, if you see me in the library, second floor, let's talk. And if you're an African American student and you haven't already taken my survey, please take my survey. Thank you. I don't know if you can see, but I'm shaking. I think it went well. I think that everybody, the whole time, they had this shocked expression, like, oh my goodness, she's talking about sex. But hopefully I did well.